Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I'm your host, GameChanger. You know what it is, you know what it do, and you know what to do, and that's hit that like button. Greatly appreciate you. All right, so one main video that I want to cover about hugs and how a lot of black women have this tough exterior, but really deep down they're lonely and in need of some masculine presence in their life, but they are extraordinarily reluctant to admit it. But before I do that, there's a bunch of things that people have been sending me. I try to cover as much of it as I can. Keep sending it. Don't stop. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that like button as well. So don't stop doing that. So I'm going to try to cover as many of those as possible, at least that are somewhat related. If you sent something and I don't respond, don't worry. I didn't have a chance to check all of them just yet. Here we go. All right. So the first one, I could take it or leave it, but take a listen at what this chick has to say. Let me make sure I share the audio.
Good morning. So me and the homegirls are compiling lists of red flags that let you know that this man may be a part of the manosphere. So each time I make a list, more and more things keep getting added to the list. Females should be on each and every list, but female nature, telling you that something is of female nature, also on the list. Now here's the rest of today's list. Facts over feelings. And then these same people proceed to get emotional over data. And then they'll pull out a YouTube video or meme and use that as a fact. Sexual market value. In terms of the oppressors, they use it. Manosphere. Truths are stubborn things. And then they proceed to give you a YouTube clip or a screenshot of a Twitter post. Anything regarding Big Shirley's, ratings, asking your height, weight, and dress size, saying the term pookie, describing women as inanimate objects, cars, or a lock that is to be unlocked by their key. Grand Rising Queen. If you have anything that you want to add to the next list.
Okay. Quick thoughts on that. Basically, she's given a list of terms that she hears on the manosphere, and that women, if you're on a date with a guy like this, I guess you should avoid manosphere men. Fellas, perhaps I don't say this enough, and perhaps I should. Do not take this YouTube, the phrases or anything like that. I mean, keep the philosophy, don't get me wrong. But don't talk about it. The philosophy is yours and for yourself. The enrichment is yours for yourself. You should not be on a date with somebody saying stuff like Pookie or Big Shirley or what's your height, weight, and dress size. I can't imagine a situation that would ever come up. And quite frankly, I don't think, oh crap, I don't think that that's even coming up. I think that she actually don't date. I'm going to repeat that. I don't think that she actually dates. I think that the majority of interaction that she has with men, and I'm talking about this person here, this TikToker, is through YouTube, is on the manosphere. That I don't think that she goes out on a date and then somebody says, oh, by the way, Pookie. Like, who does that? I do not bring up, trust me, there's a reason why people in my personal life don't know about GameChanger. And that is one, I'm a very small channel. But two, I generally don't say this stuff, especially to women that I'm courting. It doesn't make sense. When would it come up? Like, you think I sit there and then I just call another woman Big Shirley? First of all, that's not my term, but Like I don't do that. I know what loses pussy points because I've lost a lot. If it was a thing, if pussy points was a thing, I probably would have lost a million of them in my life. And that's just growing up, saying the wrong shit, growing pains through that. I've lost a lot, so I know, but I never did anything like that. I never took something that was said in the manosphere into a personal dating life. That shit does not fly. I don't think she's actually dating guys, and this is coming up. The manosphere is a very small segment. Hit the like button. A very small segment of the male, even the black male population. Now, even though a lot of men feel the way we feel, like I do have discussions with brothers in personal settings who never seen or heard of the manosphere outside of Kevin Samuels. Like, and because I worry that somebody will match my voice one day, but they never heard of YouTube, black male YouTube outside of that. And however, they still have the same concerns and same perspectives that a lot of us have. That is the larger population. I travel overseas and I talk to brothers like that who don't recognize my voice. Some of them I even brought to my channel on a live show while I was overseas. Never heard of me, never heard of the manosphere, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, chances are, if she dates someone, which she's not, but if she ever does date someone, chances are they are not members of the manosphere. And she should not be looking out for it. What she should be concerned with is the rise in general standards of black men. That is something that she should truly be concerned with. And it's really, and I'm not saying anything about her physical appearance, but it's really, really edging women like this out of the market. Women who focus on ways and justification of hatred for men versus ways and techniques of pleasing men, making men want to stay, making men want to be with them. She's barking up the wrong bush. Look at how she's holding that book. She is coveting it. Like, this is my book. This is my protection against manosphere men. I have created a list and I have put it in this book that looks like a 1980s screensaver. This is what I have. This is my life's work. Really? Really? Sweetie, we're less than like 5% of the black population. Oh God. Oh God. Like, here's the thing. And this will blow your mind. She don't have a book of pimp phrases. She don't actually have a book, but of pimp phrases. She don't have a thing that says, you know something, if a man says, I want to get chose, he might be a pimp. So she's not protecting herself against pimps. She's protecting herself against the perceived manosphere men. This is very, very bizarre. But like I say, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Oh, by the way, so just so you know, I will be, I have somebody coming over to a repair person. And to protect my identity as GameChanger, I might just have to cut it short when a repair person comes. But I will still go to movie night immediately after this show. So those of you who are in movie night, come through. All right. Done with this chick. Let's go to the next chick.
You want me to do self?
All right. Now, I'm going to point out this, but I think you already know this. It's pretty obvious, but I like to do it anyway. Women definitely need to be ranked. I do believe that that is something that we must do. I'll explain that maybe later in this video. But this one is hotter than this one by a margin, more than just a little bit. All right. Get it? Got it? Good. Let's continue.
Guys, can we just talk about something real quick? Because I want to know when I subscribed for this level of adulting, because I don't remember. Like, I legit don't remember. Like, I know I'm 30, which, by the way, what the fuck? I just don't feel like I subscribe to this. Like, there's always something to do. So you want me to work? You want me to have a social life? You want me to look and care for my family? You want me to do self-care, go to the gym, eat well, take my...
Why was self-care on the list of things that she has to do? She said, this is a complaint. You want me. Okay, so she said, you want me to. She don't want to take her own bath. She don't want to take a bath her damn self. She's saying that the rest of the world wants her to take a bath or shower, etc., etc. And she's counting the things that every adult, even children, have to bathe, has to do.
My vitamins, run a household, pay my bills, and the rest, like, are you joking? Because I don't have the capacity. I don't have the capacity, okay? And while I'm on the subject, this whole independent woman thing that they told us about, what the fuck, actually? What the fuck? Because someone sold a dream. Someone sold a dream and someone is lying, clearly. Guys, can we just talk about something real quick? Because
Okay. Not much to say on that other than someone is lying. Yes. Yes. Adulting is a sport that is better played in pairs. I repeat, adulting is a sport that is better played in pairs. Agree wholeheartedly. However, you bought into it. And you bought into it because it gave you the relationship leverage that you wanted. You kind of took it, because we're talking about adulting, you kind of took it the way a child looks at adulting. And that is, nobody tells me what to do anymore. When you're a kid, all you want to do is become a grown-up, so you don't have a grown-up pushing you around. That's it. That is the way women like this looked at independence. They looked at freedom, and they were just in a rush to do it. She is independent of a man, and many of you in the chat room want to fuck. I wouldn't turn it down myself. However, it's not what it was cracked up to be. She chose independence in its place. She's still independent of a man, I'm certain. I doubt that she's actually seeing someone. But she's complaining about it. And this is a general complaint that life is tough. Life is tough, and it is the responsibility of others to make my semi-privileged life more privileged. And the fact that somebody else isn't doing half of the adulting for me, or all of the adulting for me, is the fault of myself, but it's not really the fault of myself. It's the fault of feminism. You see, here's the thing about feminism. Feminism is an empty promise of whatever a woman wants and whatever a man wants. That's what feminism is. They're the grisk. They're people who come and they like, I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm that nigga in the alley, I'm your bro. They tell you whatever you want to hear in order to get on board with them, including men. They go to women and say, oh, yes, all you have to do is get a degree. It doesn't matter any degree. And you will be the CEO of Instagram or some crap like that. You will be the CEO of Google. All you have to do is get a degree, and you will live like Sex in the City, where you only have to work once a month and you get paid all this money and you party every weekend and you buy closets and closets full of shoes. And then when you're 49 years old, some Richard Gere looking nigga would just come and marry you. That is the lie that they will tell you. Oh, and you all can have kids at 55 years old because, the rule doesn't apply to you. That is what feminism that's what feminism tells you. That is the lie that they tell you. And the lie that they tell men is pretty simple. The lie that they tell men is that hookup culture, sexual liberation. Basically, the lie that they tell men is free pussy. Free pussy because, we're teaching the women to be like hippies and they just go around fucking everybody. You know, they leave out like the top 20% part, but nevertheless, they get the men on board with that. Free pussy, no ring required. Now, the problem is with women like this is the mentality. You see, you thought that there was another way. You basically said somebody can sell you something that would be detrimental to your potential family and your potential mate. And you bought into that. Somebody told you that you didn't need a man. Okay. Picture it like this, fellas. Whatever job you have, whether it's a barista, whether it's a doctor, whether it's a nurse, whether it's a courier, whether it's a bricklayer, whether it's a sewer worker or something like that. Actually, let's go with that one. Let's go with sewer worker. Right? So somebody says, your boss comes to you and says, you know something? I don't need your particular job. I don't need a sewer worker. I don't need your particular skill sets. You're fired. Get the fuck out. And then months later, there's catastrophes, disasters, and, there's raw sewage running in the streets. And then they come to you and say, hey, you know something? It turns out that we do need sewer workers. So I want you to come back. Somebody told me. I was misinformed. Somebody told me that we didn't need sewer workers. I was misinformed. Apparently we do. So yeah, everything should be good now. But it's like, really? Is it good now? Because basically what you made clear is that if you believe that you can do it by yourself, you would. Be very careful of women like this, folks, and hit that like button. All right, so next we have this chick. Let's see what she has to say, shall we?
If you'd rather play the game and ignore...
I'd say she's about even with the last chick as far as looks go.
I'm going to try and keep this as simple as I possibly can so that you are never let down again by one of us. And hopefully a few of your buddies will also hear this shit. Here we go. You ready? I'm going to say it 2 times for the 1 time. Gifts, dates, money, and anything else you equate with monetary value do not equal sex. Again, gifts, dates, and money do not equal sex. How do I get the sex? You find a consenting partner. Where do I find one of those? Well, you have a couple options, baby. Here we go. There are women who will take money in exchange for sex. You know what we call those? Sex workers, prostitutes.
Okay. Right now, it does seem like prostitution shaming. It's prostitution shaming language, where they shame men for seeing prostitutes, but don't shame women for being prostitutes. It's a weird dynamic, but my philosophy on prostitution, hit the like button, is closer to the so what variety. Like if a guy came to me and said, hey, in fact, guys have said, especially white guys, they come to me and say, hey, GameChanger, I seen this prostitute and she gave like an excellent blowjob or some crap like that. I wouldn't really have much to say, about it. In fact, you know something what's kind of odd is married guys see prostitutes a lot. But my thought is, so what? But she wants to shame you for doing that. And she's saying like don't buy gifts, etc., 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 to women to get in. Now, I agree with her to an extent. I do I don't think that a woman should take gifts from a man that she has absolutely no intention of sleeping with. But, the environment is what it is, and women are doing what they want. And they're just demanding more in gifts and offering less in the form of sex. Listen, we don't have a social contract any longer. We don't have a contract that says after the third date, you are guaranteed sex. Basically, any aspects, any unwritten rule that we had between man and woman in our community and in most Western communities is gone. It's pretty much freeform out there. And because of that, because both sides are playing the game of, she's playing the game of how much money can I get from you without fucking you, while you're playing to the game of how much pussy can I get from her without paying any money. It's going to be a mismatch regardless, and it's just going to be a colossal waste of time with those people. And guess what? Because you're not spending money on her does not mean that she's not going to waste your time. It doesn't. So be wary of that.
Thoughts, escorts. They even have their own websites, so you can't mix them up with the rest of us. Or, and hear me out.
So you can't mix them up with the rest of us. Listen, if we can't mix them up with first of all, the only difference between the women that you're talking about, the women that accept these gifts and money and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, the women that accept from the moment she takes a drink from a guy that she knows that she's not going to fuck. The only difference between that particular woman and an actual prostitute is that a prostitute fucks you. That's really the only difference. But you see, we're not really trying to set aside prostitutes from non-prostitute women. We're not, because it's pretty apparent. Prostitutes make it clear up front that they are prostitutes. I hit on a girl, or woman, I should say, who turned out to be a prostitute. I told this story before. I was in Nevada. There was a golf tournament, seen something I liked, hit on her, and then come to find out she was from Florida, and things went south from there. And then her friend chimes in and said, do you have, I don't know if she said $1,000 or $2,000, but I think it was $1,000. Yeah, I think it was $1,000. And then she said, that's how much we cost. And I wasn't really disturbed by the fact that she's a prostitute. I didn't know. She was just like a regular woman in a casino. But maybe that's her hook. It really didn't concern me that she was a prostitute, that she sells pussy. That wasn't the hitch. The hitch was the friend. The friend said, that's how much we cost. And I'm thinking to myself, why did you throw your pussy in there? Why did you throw your pussy? And I asked her, like, why did you put yourself in there? Does that mean I could fuck her twice for $1,000 as opposed to bringing your tag along pussy in for a threesome? Because that's what you're doing. It's clear. The two of you were sitting together. The two of you were sitting together, and I chose to approach her. Meaning that she is at least, and I'm stupid this way. And a lot of you are stupid this way. We're stupid in a way to where we would throw away a guaranteed 9 for a 9.2. I did that so many times in my life. where a 9 is giving all the choosing signals, and then I'm like, oh, but that's a 9.2. And then I go for the 9.2 and miss out on the 9 because I'm stupid like that. I did that, and I did it just then. Anyway, the point is that she is 0.2% higher than you, of a point higher than you. Why are you throwing your pussy in with hers? That is your hook. That is, you are living off the residuals of Better's pussy. That is what you're doing. You seen that she's hotter, and you said, I am going to make money off of her vajayjay. So you chime in to my spitting game to inform us that the two of you are prostitutes. Anyway, it was a no-go. And that's a lot of damn money. $500. I'm not even thinking about that. $500. That is a lot of damn money. So the point is that prostitutes make it clear that they're prostitutes. They make it clear. If you go up and approach them not knowing that they're prostitutes, they'll make it clear that, listen, I am a prostitute. I am not going to sleep with you for free. So we're not trying to separate regular women from prostitutes. Prostitutes separate themselves. We are trying to separate regular women from women who are simply out for money and attention. We are trying to separate them from chicks like this. That is what we're trying to do. The prostitutes are already separated. Now there are several different other categories of women. We have the hyper feminist, we have the hyper, career focus, we have the I'm talking the hyper Christian, the ones that are just ridiculously Christian and traditional to a fault. We have the hyper combative bitches. There are so many categories of negative women out there other than actually being a hoe that we have to worry about. Now, I will say that while vetting through this process, save your money, because she is right. What she is saying is right. They get some type of strange glee off of spending your money and not fucking you. And the odd thing is, not all these situations, and this actually isn't coming from my dating experiences. This is coming from like talking to women in my circles, like cousins, friends' daughters, friends' sisters, etc., etc., etc. Sometimes they, believe it or not, sometimes they would have fucked you had you not spent a lot of money. And what I gathered, and I didn't take the conversation further when they presented this to me, but I heard it from more than two sources. Sometimes this is what I concluded. What I feel that they feel is that once you spend a lot of money on a date, they say, okay, not fucking this guy is a way of getting money out of him. So I'm going to continue to not fuck him because he's essentially paying for sex. And once he stops paying, or once he receives the sex, he's going to stop paying. I know it sounds kind of odd, but that's where it's going with that. At least that's my theory, but the conclusion is the same. Sometimes guys spin their way out of pussy. And this isn't me on some, stop tricking shit like that, because it's not even tricking if you're not fucking, in my opinion. It's something worse. It's gambling. There's a reason why a woman's pussy look like a slot machine slot. It's you're gambling. You're putting into it, hoping one day that you get something out of it. But these chicks know that once you hit the jackpot, it's game over. You just grab your shit and leave the casino. And they don't want that. So, yeah.
Out on the or, you can be upfront with what you want and give said person the chance to say yay or nay. Now hear me out, because I know honesty makes y'all's ass itch, but believe it or not, being honest with a woman about what you want could save us all.
No, it can't. No, it cannot. Listen, I'm not against honesty. I am pro strategic lies. I repeat, I am pro strategic lies, especially to an ignorant bitch. Some women deserve to be lied to. Some women deserve to be told whatever it needs to be told to them in order to fuck. Somebody said, what? Yes, Mutt. And that includes you. I'm not saying you deserve it, but if you say or do something that, okay, if you say something, Mutt, like, I only fuck Sagittariuses, and a guy just so happens to be a Sagittarius, hey, you deserve that. You deserve that penis. That L-shaped penis. I'm trying to think of some of the lies I told. So I told a chick that particular lie, that zodiac lie, but it wasn't for myself. So I meet this chick, right? Oh, and she wasn't a prostitute. Well, maybe she was, but her friend was a prostitute, right? So get this. Meet a chick, and we talking on the phone. Everything sounds cool. Everything sounds copacetic. And then she asked what's my zodiac, and I told her what it was, and she said, "Oh, I don't know if she said Libras or Leos, but one of them is the only type of guys that she fucks, meaning that out of the 12 zodiac signs, she only fucks one of them, which one of the ones that starts with an L, right?" And I was like, what? And she didn't want to have nothing to do with me at that point. And then she even went as far as to hook me up with her friend, and her friend asked me to pimp her. Not really pimp her. Her friend asked me to manage her whole website in exchange for monies. So I didn't even want to have shit to do with that chick. I did not want to have shit to do with somebody who wanted me to, in exchange for managing your prostitution website, you give me pussy and money. I would rather not deal. And I know I fuck stupid but pretty, but she wasn't pretty enough to cover that type of stupid. So no, I just assume let it be. Now, what I did do was I told a friend of mine. He didn't bite, but I did tell a friend of mine, like, hey, I got this baddie here. She's light skinned, and she'll fuck you, but you gotta say that you're a Libra or a Leo. I don't know when this nigga birthday was, but you gotta say that yes, I have no qualms with lies like that. I know, hey, ARC, you might do, but sometimes fuck it. Fuck it. I'm not even going to go into the fact that many women want to be lied to. There, I said it. If you don't ask stupid questions, then do you think I'm hotter than Megan Good? Shut the fuck up. What do you rate me on a scale from 1 to 10? Shut up. When was the last time you had sex? Shut the fuck up. If you don't want to get lied to, then stop asking questions like that. Stop it. So yes, you ask questions like that and you do a lot of stupid stuff, then yes, you will be lied to. This chick right here is out her damn mind. And everybody that's listening to me and listening to me now, if a woman on a date ever asks, do you listen to Game Changer? Lie! Lie! You lied to her. You listen to Game Changer 00100? No. You lie immediately. The fuck?
some time, effort, and even use some money. But if you'd rather play the game and ignore the suggestions I've given you, might I suggest you invest in Jergens? Because I foresee those sales skyrocketing.
Oh, god dang. All right. See, this is just like ARC. None of what you said will actually get a guy pussy. You're right in the sense that it does help to save time and money in the process, but he's still using Jergens. He come across a bitch. He come across a bitch whose intention is to waste his time and take his money. So while spending money on her and wasting time, he's using Jergens. However, he could just avoid this chick altogether, but he's still using Jergens. See, what's her name? No, it's not important. What is the combination to your pussy? And that's why most of what's said is bullshit. Most dating, mating advice, etc., 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 is crap. It's crap. One minute and 12 seconds in, right? 1 minute and 8 seconds in. A guy come here and like, I wonder what can I say or do to fuck you. That's what he's thinking. That is what the men are thinking. How do I fuck you? And the advice that you gave is, well, I can't teach you how to fuck me. I can't teach you how to not fuck not me. Here's the way to not fuck not me, and that is not spend money on women that are not me. That's how you not fuck not me. That is useless advice. I played it to show you the futility of it, to show you what these chicks be doing. And these dating coaches be doing. And I'm not talking about ARC. I'm talking about these Lucario, Steve the Dean type niggas. I'm talking about those. People who go to dating coaches already know how to not fuck a bitch. All right, what's next? This one. Okay. She's light-skinned. Now, this is interesting.
And this is my personal experience. When you see me, you might think that it's gonna be a 24 hours, 48-hour situation. It's not. So
What the hell is that? I'm be honest. I wish I had the ability to assume that if I look at a woman and there's just like a number over her head that tells me exactly how many hours it will take me to fuck. I wish that there was that. But she's acting like she walks around with the 48 sign on her head, but lying and saying, oh no, that's not me. It's actually going to take a while. So she's talking like that. And it's like, okay, here's what I do. I do gauge through conversation how long does it take me to fuck? How long would it take me to fuck? And is she worth the time and energy it would take to spend that long. Now, I never go off of what a woman says directly. Like her conscious words are almost always lies. And that's why I say, fellas, do not be afraid or ashamed to lie to a bitch because they will lie to you immediate. They will lie to you with no hesitation. They will lie to you in a second. I never believe what they say. If they say, "Oh, I always make a dude wait 90 days or something like that," it's like, okay, I'm not going to believe that. So that is the lie that's being told. However, you can learn truth from a lie. And the truth is that this is someone who lies about waiting, making a guy wait 90 days. From that, you gather that she plays pussy games. Now, what is the problem with pussy games? And I'm not talking about pussy games. No, I'm talking about the different type of pussy games. What it means when a woman plays pussy games like, oh, I'm gonna make him wait longer, or I'm gonna give it up immediately. It means that. Hold on, right quick. Let me get rid of some of these feeds. There we go. And one last one should do it. All right. Now, what it means when she is playing pussy games is that she has nothing else to offer but her pussy. I repeat, it means that she has nothing else to offer a man but her pussy. Now, as a result of not having anything else, and you could tell women who have other stuff know two things about men in a relationship. And this is all you need to know. Men will come for the pussy, no pun intended, but they will stay for ... I repeat, they will come for the pussy, but they will stay for ... What is that ... It doesn't matter. It's whatever a woman's non-sexual value is. It's all the little stuff that makes a woman valuable, the non-sexual stuff. They will come for the pussy, but they will stay for the ... Now, what it means when a woman is playing pussy games, it means that that is the only game she knows how to play. It means that there is no ... She has no ... Relationships only last from the moment a man meets her until the moment a man gets tired of fucking her. That is the extent of her relationship, and that is why she's playing pussy games. But women who have a ellipsis, after that, they come for the pussy, but they stay for the ellipsis. Ellipsis is ... for those who don't know. But they stay for the ellipsis. Those are the women that get wiped up. Those are the women that's like, oh, okay, if I fuck him, he's gonna be here tomorrow. If not, it's his loss because he's losing out on ... See, I didn't give him the best of me. I just gave him the pussy. I still got plenty of ... This chick here don't have any ... She has none. Now, watch the reaction. Oh crap, no audio. Okay, let me play it again. Hold on.
Experience. When you see me, you might think that it's gonna be a 24-hour, 48-hour situation. It's not. So once you spend time with me, you're gonna know that. And then what?
All right, I'm gonna give you.
No,
the
no,
game.
no, no, no. I'm
I'ma give you
saying,
the game.
what's your game plan from there?
I'm gonna give you the game. You know why?
Why?
Because when you a nigga like me, well, in my old days, when you a sleazy nigga like me, I don't give a damn how many months it take. I'm gonna hit that ass as long as I want to hit it, and then I'm gone. So you may be thinking, oh, he around and he a good man. Yeah, I'm a good man right now. Until I find my real dad, then I'm horrible.
Let me explain to you. And this is my
Okay. I can't really see what she's working with in the midsection, so I'm not going to gauge her looks or anything like that. And she's covering where her titties would be, so I can't even gauge that. So I'm going to forego that particular type of judgment for now. What I am going to say is, fellas, you got to value your time a little bit better. And trust me, listen, if you're going to wait months, I guess that's fine, especially if you are doing something or doing someone else during that time period anyway. But I wouldn't spend too much time on a day-to-day. I wouldn't spend too much time courting, talking, pillow talking, etc., etc., etc. That's a very, very, very bad use of your time, just to hit it once and then you're gone. First of all, guys who talk like that, they never just hit it once. Because then what? I mean, if you spend months, you spent like maybe 200 hours to hit it for what? 35, 45 minutes? Like, typically what guys do is they want to recoup their time. If they spent 200 hours, then they want to hit it 400 times so they can justify all that time, money, and energy that they spent to begin with. But yeah, this guy definitely seems like he is setting himself up for the type of women that the woman in the previous video was talking about. All right. Next one. I will judge her look. Or rather her appearance. I don't know where she's from. I do know that she knew that she was going to be on the Daily Wrap Up crew. The Daily Wrap Up crew has like hundreds of thousands of subscribers as far as I know, but they have like a lot of views per video. And this is how she chose to be seen. Like, you know something? I'm going to throw on my blonde wig today. And I am going to take a knitted hat. This hat was hand knitted. Is it called knitted or quilted? No, it's knitted, right? Knitted is what pregnant women do, decent pregnant women do when they sit in there in a rocking chair and stuff. So it's knitted. It's a knitted hat. It's not a fitted cap. It's a knitted hat to cover the top of the wig, or really it's to keep the wig on. The 1980s acid wash denim jacket, and the dress that looks like it came out of a tube. It looks like it came out of like a vending machine where they just rolled it up tight and put it into a tube, and you put $5 in and it shot out that dress. All right, let's see what she has to say. Whoops. How come it's no audio? What the hell? All right, hold on. I'll figure that out. Okay, there we go. All right, so the question is, in Atlanta, it's either BBL or natural. Maybe because I'm not really a ass man per se. I don't really see what the big deal is. However, I do like to bite, and I have yet to. And by biting, I mean I like to bite ass. I like to bite women on the ass cheeks, particularly the bottom of the ass cheek, the underneath where it meets the thigh, the upper thigh meat areas where I like to sink my teeth into. Now, I will say that I've never, as far as I know, bit into a BBL. I don't know if it bites like a tire, if it's like a steel rod in that motherfucker. I do not know. Or I could have bit it several times and just not known because it's that lifelike. I do not know. I just know it's not that big of a deal. But their response is very interesting. So once again, fair use.
Is either BBL or natural, and the BBLs is taken over. I think it's just very.
Y'all see that chick? Y'all see that chick? The hype chick, the echo chick.
Crazy to me that how a woman could have a BBL and you guys will literally go pay for her bills, her rent, her car note, her food, her groceries.
Stop co-signing. Stop co-signing. Shut the fuck up. Now, I'm not in Atlanta. I know that y'all's taste and standards be all over the fucking place. Y'all shit be all over the place. And it all surrounds ass. I get that. But I'm assuming that if a guy is head over heels for a chick, she has more going on for herself than her BBL.
But then you get a woman like me that's working, doing all this business by myself, for myself. I don't need you. I want you. And you telling me.
Who wants to hear shit like that? Like, after you say stuff like that, you are reduced to your ass. You turning down a chick like me because I don't need you, I want you. Really? Really, you don't? You think that that's a befitting conversation? You think that that's something that a man wants to hear? I don't need you, I want you. You're turning down me? You damn right I'm turning down you. At the point that you say something like that, were I an ass man, I'm saying to myself, I hope she has ass. I hope she has something else to offer. Because she has nothing else going on upstairs. I do not. Enjoy her company. I do not. Shout out to Yoda. Enjoy her company. I do not. I do not enjoy your company, miss. I'm hoping that you have a nice ass. And you possibly don't. Because if you did, people would assume that it's a BBL ass. You see, your personality, you don't have any ellipsis. Shout out to this chick right here. You don't have any ellipsis. You don't have anything outside of ... Because when I look for the stuff outside of ... you say stuff like, I need you, or I don't need you, but I want you. Shut your ass up. And you gonna wind up just like that other chick. I didn't know adulting was so hard, but I didn't need you. I just wanted you. You think that men are attracted to people who don't need them? What kind of shit is that?
Me to just to like hold it down. Just wait, baby. You're not Future.
No,
I'm
I
not
feel
waiting.
like, yes.
What does that mean? You're not Future. I'm not waiting. I don't listen to modern music. Did he make a song about waiting? What the hell is that?
Men
I'm not waiting.
really want the more shallow women because the shallow women don't challenge them as much as women like me.
Why is she the hottest? Of the three, she would get the dick. But why is she just echoing the sentiments of her lessers? And women, take heed. The hotter women are your betters, and the less hotter women are your lessers. Through the whole thing, you was echoing the sentiment of the less hotter women. That's backwards. It's stupid. It's stupid to think that they have your best interest. Don't you ever let a lesser tell you what to do with your vagina unless she's telling you to use it to fuck me. Don't you ever let them tell you to do that. Exactly. She's just echoing like that, like those fucking church boomers that be in the front. And when the pastor, every time the pastor pauses, every time he says, every time he comes across a comma, it's a dude in the front that say, mm-hmm. And when he hits a period, he say, well, that's you. You are echoing. You are echoing your inferiors. And that is the problem in the community, fellas. The attractive women, instead of for submitting to men, they are submitting to less attractive women. All of their submissive energy is focused on chicks like that say stupid crap. They don't want to. They prefer the more shallow women because they don't challenge them. What is this, a duel? No, this is a team sport. Of course, I'm not looking for you to challenge me. They prefer cooperative women over women that, you damn right I prefer cooperative women over women that challenge me. You stupid bitch. What? Imagine you are a professional boxer or even an amateur boxer, right? And you have those guys that be on the side of Apollo Creed, and they're the ones that give you advice, and then you have your cut man and stuff. They're the ones who make sure that you're cool between rounds. They give you water and shit. That is what you call a support system. Sometimes that is the difference between winning and losing a fight. Shout out to George Frazier. Or Joe Frazier. Sometimes that is the difference between winning and losing the Thriller Manila. Is your crew. By her logic, after the round is over, you should want to go to your corner and have one of them knock the shit out of you. You just finish the first round and then you just go to your corner looking for support, and then they just come and be like, challenge, nigga! What the fuck is that? And we should want that as men. We don't want a support system. We want somebody that knocks you out after you got knocked out, or knocks you out after you knock somebody else out. You think you win in a fight and then you go to your own corner and somebody just hits you in the back of the head with a hammer or some shit like that. Challenge. Like you a fucking nobleman. Like you're a French nobleman just walking around smacking niggas with white gloves. I challenge. Fuck your challenge.
me. You have women that are placeholders and you have women that are game changers. The placeholders in Atlanta, they make it hard for us game changers.
You have women that are placeholders and you have women that are game changers. I'm a game changer. I'm not a woman. But that is changing the game. Knocking a nigga out when you're supposed to be a support system is changing the game. Like, okay, this is the way the sport was played, where the person is supporting you in your endeavors, but we're going to play it a little different and we're just going to knock somebody out when they come looking for support. That's not changing the game. That's tipping over the board. All right. So that's that. Let's see. Oh, wait. How did I get this one here twice? Oh, well, fuck it. All right. So here's the topic video. Here's the topic video. Fair use. Oh, and by the way, I didn't see the whole thing. Shout out to Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. He's the one that put me up on this through his show. So shout out to him on this.
I can't get a hug. It's a hug. I'm going around giving out hugs. That's it.
No,
it's a harmless
like, I'm
hug.
trying to shop in peace, and you like.
Okay, but
You bothered me.
it's a harmless hug.
No.
Okay, so right off the bat, fair use, first of all. But I thought he said homeless hug. But he said harmless hug. Okay. Now, this might be staged. There's reason that I have to believe that this is staged. And I'll go over that later. But, yeah. Okay. And another thing. Her bra is showing. Now, that by itself is insignificant. However, it is the line between sexy and not sexy. Hear me out, fellas. See, some women can do the same thing. Hit the like button. Some women can do the same thing and get a different reaction from you. For example, some chicks say Lizzo twerking. Lizzo twerking, and you like, yeah, that nasty bitch. That's some nasty shit. Why are you doing that? But then if Rihanna do the exact same thing, it's sexy. Yeah, we're hypocrites like that, but less attractive women are less women. So are less of a women than attractive women. So yeah, it is a bad thing when certain women do it. Same with a visible bra strap in the back and, you know, in the front too. When an attractive woman does it, it's attractive. When a less attractive woman does it, it is not attractive. It's tacky. So what it tells you, what women who dress like this tells you, is it gives you an opportunity to determine if you are attracted to her on a subconscious level. If you look at that and say, oh, that's sloppy, it means you're not attracted to her. If you look at her and if you look at that and you say, oh, I don't care, or if you think it's a little sexy, then it means that you think that she's sexy. That is the way to gauge your subconscious on how chicks like this look. Just saying. Yoga pants is never really tacky. It's just not as sexy on some women as it is others.
Okay. That's. Okay. I guess that's cool.
Yeah, bye.
Okay. Bro, she was mean as hell, bro. I swear to God, bro. I just went over there and I was just telling her like, hey, how you doing? I'm just saying, hey. She basically was like, bro, get about my face. Like, I don't care. Yeah, bro, I was cool. I wouldn't know.
But she probably just don't want to be bothered.
Nah, she gonna get this hug. I ain't gonna care. She getting this hug, bro. Hi, hello, me again.
Okay, so here's why I think that it might have been staged. First of all, the obscure shit that's being purchased. So right now she's in the toy section with a shopping cart. And in the previous skit, she was in the looks like the power tool section. So I don't know. It's like not really a consistent pattern of shopping. It's like, you know something? I do need a drill, and I also need some toy for the kids. Now, if you notice here also, there's no shopping cart, but here there's a shopping cart. Looks like she has a shopping cart now. It looks like since last they spoke, she went up, got a shopping cart, purchased stored a no trespassing sign, and then she went to go get some toys for the kids. That's a little bizarre, but it gets stranger. By the way, for the sake of this conversation, we're going to take this as truth. We're going to take this as not staged truth.
Bro, like, I feel like that was kind of an asshole move. Like, I was just saying, hey, that was like kind of dismissive as fuck. I mean, I don't mean to bother you or anything like that, but damn, you don't feel like.
Well, you're doing it though.
What,
I'm
bothering
just trying
you?
to, yeah, I'm trying to shop and you just coming up.
I'm just speaking. That's all I'm doing. I'm not.
Yeah, but
I'm not being
maybe
loud.
I don't
I'm not
wanna
being.
speak.
But who's like that? Like, in what world? Like, who's really like that? There's no way you're really like that.
Me, I'm like that.
You're really like, I don't want to
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah.
Why? Like,
Because
how do you get through life like that, bro? Like, how do you meet people? How do you get to the, like, there's no way you're really like that. And then women be like, oh, dudes are, I'm not even coming at you in a way like, oh, hey, I think you, I'm just saying hello.
yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm just trying to shop in peace. That's all.
And I'm disturbing your shopping?
Yeah, you are.
How? You shop,
Because-
these are inner tubes, bro. Looking for
Okay,
inner tubes.
maybe I have a bike.
Okay, maybe so. So let me help you shop then.
No,
Okay, what if I told you I worked here and I'm helping you look
I
for?
don't care.
Okay, so first of all, now it's just getting extraordinarily strange, but this is a gauge on how interested a woman is in a man, because a man coming up with something like that, like if he was, I don't know who the handsome nigga out there is nowadays, but you know, if he was that dude, if he was that Idris Elba dude, then I doubt she would be, you know, like, yes, could you tell me about my inner tubes or some crap like that. But yeah, it is bizarre that she's buying inner tubes.
Care, like I know what I'm shopping for, so I got it.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't think people are really like that. Like, that's like a robotic answer. Like, how do you?
No, it's not robotic.
How do you get through your day like that, bro?
Look at the chick in the background. Look at the chick in the background. There is nothing on that shelf, and she's staring at the emptiness of that shelf. She's looking at that shelf like, are you sure there's nothing here? Because I could have swore that there should be a game of Clue. I'm looking for Clue. I see Monopoly. I see Sorry. I see Trouble. But where is Clue? I'm looking for Clue. And she's staring at the empty shelf.
So you this way with everybody. Anybody try to talk to you?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
That's crazy. That's wild. My name is Dino. Nice to meet you. Can I shake your hand?
no.
I can't shake your hand.
No, I mean I don't know what you have on your hand. Like,
There's nothing on my hand but the popsicle stick. Cause my
yeah,
finger,
but I
my finger
don't
sprung.
know you. So like, why would I just, shake hands?
Cause that's how you meet people.
No, but I don't want to meet you. Like, I just want to shop for my stuff in peace.
There's no way you're really like this for real.
Yeah, I am.
You just standoffish like this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not going anywhere until you at least.
Okay, well, maybe I'll just call the police. Simple.
Ah,
See, there you go. People talking about calling. How? I'm not messing with you though. What's the point of calling the police? Okay.
And you brought me.
Well, if I'll leave you alone if you give me a hug, I'll go about my day. Cause I'm doing this. I'm doing something where I'm just giving people hugs today, and you on my list, and I'm not leaving you alone until you give me a hug. So I
Yeah,
guess
well,
we shopping together.
That's kind of weird to just walk around giving people hugs.
That's weird. No,
Yeah.
that's a normal thing. Like,
Because I mean,
how is it weird though? Like people, how is it weird? So what's not weird? If I was walking around here cussing you out, but I live my life. I like to love. I like to give people hugs and stuff. So that's what I want to do. Okay, well, we shopping together then, standing here. So
well,
I'm not messing with you. I'm gonna shop with you.
Well, I don't care. You can just stand there, and I'll just continue shopping for my stuff.
Okay, well, we're just gonna be shopping together. I'm just
No,
gonna stand right
you're
here.
not. Police.
You gonna call the police and tell them what this guy is standing next to me shopping?
Yeah, because you in my space. I have to leave.
You gonna either have to leave the store or
You
you have to
don't
give
own
me a
this
hug.
place. Why do I have to leave?
I'm not leaving until I get a hug. I ain't gonna care. It's not that hard. A
Okay.
simple hug and I will
Fine.
go. Give me a simple hug. Okay. A simple hug and I will go. Bro, that is not a hug, man.
It is.
That's not a hug. That's like a hug you give somebody at church or you give somebody you really don't. You feel me? Well, you really don't know me, but.
What you want? I mean,
All right. Well, give me a better hug than that, please. That's better, right? That's not too bad. Okay, now I'm gonna go about my day.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad, right?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, that's it. You enjoy your shopping, finish what you're looking for.
Okay,
Have a good day.
Bye. Please.
Okay, have a good day.
Bye. Sorry.
What?
Can I have a better hug?
You want a better hug?
Yeah.
A better hug?
Yeah. I came off too.
I just, but you.
why is everybody in the store lost? Like, this isn't one of those aisles where it's a bunch of little stuff. Everything there in this particular aisle is big as fuck, and you can see it. Like, this is the aisle that you walk down if you want like a big ass car for your 4-year-old, or a school bus. There's an assortment of cars. What are you looking for? Why are you back and forth? Why was the other woman looking at an empty shelf? Listen, do you want some Peak headphones or whatever the fuck this is? Ah, crap. That might be them. Hold on. Hello? Okay. Okay, see you then. All right, bye. All right, they're on their way. So I'm going to have to wrap up soon. But, all right, so what does he say? Yeah, this guy. Just nosy. Want to see the mating practices of the American Negro.
You said you didn't want a hug. I gave you a good hug. You the one that gave me a sidearm ass hug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Give me a better hug.
Just a bunch of lurkers.
This is better?
Yeah. Thanks.
See, that's not too bad, right?
No, it's not.
I didn't try to offend you or do anything like that. I'm doing this thing where I'm just giving people hugs today. I mean, I didn't mean to upset you. Look, I didn't mean to, like, if I upsetted you, please don't, you feel me? It wasn't my intention to upset you. Like, I'm doing this thing where I'm just spreading love right now, and I'm just giving people hugs and stuff like that. And that's what I felt like. I felt like you needed a hug, so I wasn't going to give up on you, kid. I didn't mean to upset you or anything like that. You feel me? I mean, you're not you saying you're okay, but you're sitting here in tears. So how is it that you're okay? So if you're okay, why are you crying?
I'm fine.
Do you need another hug? Let me give you another hug. Let me give you another hug. It's okay. What you crying for?
Just going through a lot. I lost my dad.
Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
It's fine.
I'm sorry to hear that, for real.
It's fine.
Yeah, she has a no trespassing sign. She's like, I need a no trespassing sign and an inner tube and a hug because I just lost my dad. This is annoying.
I mean, hey, bro. I mean, like, do you? I don't know the words to tell you because I don't know. You feel me? But do you have anybody to talk to about that kind of stuff or anything like that?
No. It's real hard. I'm by myself.
Just doing shit by yourself. Oh, damn,
Yeah.
bro.
Basically.
Okay. The videos that I was showing leading up to this really shows how and why Black women find themselves by themselves in desperate need for hugs and shit. Okay, here's the thing. And once again, we're going to work into the assumption that this is true. Needing a hug or needing a shoulder to cry on, needing a man after shit happens, like a death in the family. Needing a man at that point is kind of like needing insurance after you wreck your car into your house. It's like driving your car and into your house by accident and then going to Allstate without homeowners insurance saying, I need homeowners insurance and auto insurance right now. It's like, no, you secure the penis before the catastrophe.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I mean, like, I feel like life do get tough, bro. But you feel me? You gotta keep it going. You know, you gotta keep it pushing. Like maybe you going through stuff.
Somebody said it's like praying for a miracle after the fact. No, it's like praying to get into heaven after you die. It's like in the afterlife that you've spent the entirety of as an atheist or an agnostic. Like in the afterlife, you're like, oh, this shit's real? This shit's real? Okay. I'm sorry. It's like Bill Maher praying after the fact. It's like, oh shit, it's really you, St. Peter. Oh yeah. Hey, when I was alive, I was just on some bullshit. I was like, I don't need you. I was talking shit and this and this. But yeah. So I take it hell's real too. Well, hey, I heard it's hella hot out there. So yeah, let's just sign it up. I repent now. I repent at this point. That's what it's like. It's like coming with your vagina. Like in your late 40s when you're fatted and tatted. Hoping that a nigga will, lady friend you. That's what it's like.
That may be the reason why you feel like you gotta shut down.
I do.
Well, what make you feel like that?
Life is just hard. It's hard.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, life is hard. It has its up and downs, bro. But you gotta get through it. You gotta tough it out. You can't, you got this far. You feel me? And I know death is hard to deal with, so it's kind of like, you feel me? But I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I'm just walking around here giving people hugs, so I got nothing but time. Are you sure?
Okay, so yeah, something was edited out that brings credence to the fact that it might have been staged, but a Walmart person just came in to show somebody something.
I'm sure.
Let me give you another hug, man.
Bye.
It's okay, okay? Whatever you're going through is gonna get better, okay?
Okay.
You gotta look at it like that. You can't just let life get hard on you and then you just, you know, feeling like keep everybody away from you and just, you know, being that way. You gotta just be strong, stay mindful of your situation and push through, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
It's no problem, man, for real. You feel me? I wouldn't think your dad wouldn't want you being in Walmart crying right now, right?
No.
All right, so you gotta be strong, you gotta be tough.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Are you from around here?
No. I'm not.
Where you coming from?
I'm coming from Louisiana.
Oh my God, man. So dang, what are you gonna do when you leave here? Like, are you okay to drive, or I think you should just relax, chill. I mean, well, I don't want to just leave you right here crying. So, you mind if I stay here with you until you feel a little better, until you stop crying?
Okay, now it's just I'm not familiar with Dude's channel. Apparently, he walks around hugging people. I will say it's getting strange at this point, but that's the point of social experiments. The point of social experiments is to see how people react to strange scenarios, and this is one of them. Don't know if it's staged or not. Very likely is. All right, so moving on, I'll let y'all answer the question: do they need affection? And it reminds me of that episode, which is what I use as a thumbnail of the Boondocks, where Granddad got a job as a gigolo, and he thought that he would be out giving them like old man dick and getting paid for it. But instead of for that, he just wound up with a bunch of black chicks that just desperately needed hugs and shit and desperately needed to be told that they're beautiful and all kind of crap like that. Like that's what he got in the place of that. So interesting development in that regard. All right. Last but not least, look, God damn it. God damn it. Ladies, when you look like this, you smoke too much weed. And once again, this is like the too late point. This is the too late point of life. But I don't know how old these chicks are. I do not know how old these chicks are. I do know that they smoke a lot of weed. And it is seeping through their physical appearance. They look like weed. Fair use. Fair use.
Being perceived as creepy. You in a bar and thinks you're really attractive and wants to approach you without being perceived as creepy.
Don't be creepy.
Do you think it's true women often find attractive men cute and romantic when an ugly one doing the exact same thing is creepy?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't. I think all men are, I assume, the worst. So I don't see that.
Let me ask you this. Why is it okay for women to paint men with a broad brush as something to be feared, but if men did the same thing to women, it would be sexist?
I think that based on the statistics, yeah, it usually is men as the perpetrators.
Let me ask you this. Is it okay for women to fear men when 80% of all violent crime is done by men?
Yes. I mean, that's why that broad paintbrush is there.
Okay. How is that different than judging certain races based on statistical data? In other words, why is it okay for women to be sexist but not racist?
Those are... I'm a sociology minor. I'm thinking. The difference between being sexist and racist. Can you ask the question again?
Well, I'm saying...
Okay. Somebody said they hide too. All right. So here's the thing. I know what a black woman looks like when she smoked too much fucking weed. I don't know, outside of like the real like hippie tie-dye bitches, I don't know what white chicks look like when they smoke too much weed. That I don't. They could look exactly like this. But then that brings the question, because these look regular. That brings the question, what do they look like when they don't smoke weed? So that's a fair question. I don't know. Now, I don't like to compare sexism to racism. And here's the reason why I don't. What's up?
Give Central 8, you're good. There's no pilot.
Oh, so how come it's not getting hot?
Well, if it's not getting hot, then probably call an HVAC company out to take a look at it.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with the pilot.
Okay.
Sorry, brother.
No, no worries.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. Hello? Oh, yeah, my bad. All right, so yeah, I'm back. So, let me show this guy out. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so summer's coming to an end, and one night it didn't get hot at night. So I call PG&E and say, hey, where's the hot? And they said, we'll send somebody out to light the pilot. You probably didn't have a heater turned on all summer. I was like, no, because it's California in the summer. So they sent somebody out and he just came. And he said that I have central air, there's no heater, and there's no need for a pilot. So, yeah, that's a problem. So now I got to call an HVAC person to take care of that. All right, more problems. Anyway, comparing sexism to racism. It's never the same thing. Okay, here's the thing about racism. And I know what this guy is doing. He's well-intended. But here's the thing about racism. Once people accepted racism as a universal wrong, everybody tried to hitch on to the accepted universal wrong. Everybody tried to say, oh, racism is wrong. Racism is bad. So homophobia is wrong or sexism is wrong. Like everything became wrong and fat phobia is wrong. Like they just took that and ran with it to every single direction. Each and every single direction, each and every single corner, they exploited. That's a problem. So he's not doing that. He's basically saying, because these chicks don't, I'd fuck both of them. Just because I like to point that out in the beginning. I would fuck both of them. But he did that, but he did it in a slicker way. Because they just like the way black people don't understand that reverse racism exists. They don't really understand that sexism, or excuse me, women don't understand that they feel that sexism can only be one way, that only men can be sexist the same way only white people can be racist. So that breeds the feeling that they can say or do anything that they want to a man and it not be considered sexist. So, yeah. Yeah, look at their neck. I'd definitely fuck them.
Well, you're basing something off of statistics, and then you can't say the same thing based on...
He didn't say statistics.
You can't ignore one statistic and go...
What statistic did he say? So, this goes into this whole... Not too bright, but I still fuck them. Both. I'll fuck them simultaneously.
Completely full in on one another. That's because it's systematic
It's systematic racism. It's built into our society, and the same way sexism is.
Well, right, but I'm just saying that.
She just wanted to say the word systematic, thinking that it will get her out of this hypocrisy.
You know, there are statistics to back up certain reasons that certain people might, you know,
I would just say it's
races with a
because
broad brush, so-
racism is more prevalent and has more severe consequences than sexism. Because
And
in our
ra-
society
whoa.
right now, men and women are relatively more equal.
Wait.
than
How
the
is
differences in color of your skin.
what the worst that men can do to women any as bad as violent crime of a different race?
Are you interviewing me?
Yes.
This is getting good.
That didn't make sense. Who brought up violent crime? He's talking about your words, if it applied to a race, would be considered racist. You're saying violent crimes.
Go ahead. Ask your question, then we're done.
What'd you say?
You said, oh well, one's systemic and then the other is
Well, they both are.
Then you said one has worse consequences. But how is rape worse than you murdering someone else?
Okay. He was saying sexism as it applies to women being sexist towards men. And when she says rape, she's talking about man on woman, I'm assuming. See, they only understand sexism as it applies to women.
I would say they're both bad and neither should happen, but I do think murder is worse.
Well, then why does it? So, are you saying that one is happening because of systemic racism and the other is happening because of sexism?
It's a lot to unpack here.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention, but it does seem like at least one of them is under the impression that rape and murder are two equally bad things.
Women are painting men with a broad brush as something to be feared, but if women did that to a certain race, that would be racist. You're generalizing an entire group of people either based on skin color or based on their gender, right?
Yeah, the world's so fucked up, like, honestly.
All right, this is an interracial dating question, okay?
You know something stupid is about to be said when he cuts it off that quick. The way he cut the mic on dude, when he said it's messed up both ways, he was like, yes, he knows. It's a comparison question. He knows that it's messed up both ways. That's like saying, 6 times 8 is 48, but they both numbers. Like, okay, so I'm going to go to the next group of people. Like, thanks for clearing that up.
Are you more likely to see black men dating white women or white men dating black women?
You see black men dating white women all the time. You don't see white men dating black women all the time. So
black men dating white women.
And why is that?
To be honest, I'm not really quite sure.
Oh my God. You're sitting there all of 213 pounds and you're not sure. You're like somebody walking around with a kick me sign. I'm not sure why they're kicking me. I'm not sure why black men are dating white women. All right. Let's do this. I want you to picture her. Damn it. 8,000-year-old or shut your ass up. All right. I want y'all to picture her saying, I'm not sure why black men are dating white women while looking at this. $320. One variation of 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I'm not sure why black men are dating white women. I'm wondering why black men would prefer to date white women. Like, why is it that black men are dating white women? I'm curious to know. I'm so curious to know. Like, why are black men not dating? Not dating me. Why are they dating white women? Like, she's curious to know why black men are dating women like this. Are are you serious? Are you serious? You want to know why they're dating them. The homie forever. All right.
Is that?
To be honest, I'm not really quite sure. That's just what I see.
I feel like they might be intimidated by us black women, so they might do another race.
I don't.
All right, we heard this argument before. That we're intimidated. Because that's how men works. Somehow where we put our penis has something to do with how intimidated we are. You know that feeling that some people get when they go down certain neighborhoods? Or that feeling where you're 5'5" and everybody else is 6'5" or some shit like that? Or the skinny nigga the first day of prison with no gang affiliation? Like, somehow that's related to dating black women. Are meeting the CEO. It's weird. It's like, where are you getting intimidation from? Yeah, exactly. It's a classic trope. Oh, wait a minute. I did this one before. Oh, well, it's out the bag now. So.
That ain't true. Mm-mm.
Is okay. Theory number one.
Okay. And this goes to the how self-aware they're not. If you're an overweight woman, don't wear a t-shirt that says Biggie on it. And I know you're talking about, Biggie Smalls, aka Big Papa. But it has it's like a label when you're fat and you wear that. It is. You are labeling yourself as a big person. When like peanut butter has a sign on it that says peanut butter, and grits has a sign on it that says grits. A big woman with a Biggie shirt on is a label. She could wear it, you can't.
Is the infamous BBC.
Big black cop.
Theory number two is black women are often perceived to be seen as less submissive.
The BBC. That ain't true. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Cause some seen a whole bunch of Hey, a whole bunch of people, black African American men, they ain't packing.
Okay, okay. So you think that's a
Why has she seen a whole bunch?
myth?
Yeah, not all black men are blessed.
Black dudes dating white women because white women love our dicks. I mean, love our penises. My bad.
And what about the theory? A lot of black men that I've interviewed have told me that they have perceive black women are often seen as less submissive.
Because some black women, they want to come off as independent. I don't need a man, blah, blah, blah. Like sometimes some black women don't want their man to take control, I guess, and they want to be seen as independent. I don't need nobody.
A powerful black woman. We ain't no beta bitch. We alphas up in this motherfucker bitch.
Hold on, but y'all not bitches though, y'all ladies.
Period. And like,
Why they had a black man say that? If she calls herself a bitch, she's a bitch. Who in the world is a bitch but her? If there isn't a more obvious, like, visual, right down to the cigarette, and verbal confirmation that a person is a bitch, here it is. But y'all ladies.
like he said, and like he said, and like he said, we're queens. And like he said, we're queens. And at the end of the day, we're alphas.
Hold on, but
Seen as independent. I don't need nobody.
A powerful black woman. We ain't no beta bitch. We alphas up in this motherfucker bitch.
hold on, but y'all not bitches though, y'all ladies.
Period.
Okay, just as I thought. He said ladies. He said ladies, but she heard queens. Listen.
And like he said, and like he said, and like he said, we're queens. And like he said, we're queens. And at the end of the
He just said ladies.
day, we're alpha. And it's okay to be that. Because if we weren't, guess what? We would be doing horrible. We would be doing horrible. We got to be strong or else we're going to get walked all over on.
Why do so many women think that being submissive is a sign of weakness?
Because most women that are submissive get ran over.
Okay, but at the same time, wouldn't you also...
Okay. This is that ran over bullshit that they like to hit with. Like, there's just a bunch of niggas with steamrollers out looking for submissive women. And y'all act like, y'all don't get ran over and ran through. Essentially what y'all doing. I'm not talking about her in particular. I'm talking about like the last bitches. Essentially what they're doing is they are accepting the worst so it doesn't happen to them, it happens with them. Pay attention to my logic here. Pay attention and hit the like. Hold on, let me check the likes. Y'all be on some fucking selfish ass nigga shit. All right, hold on. Hold on. Go. All right, y'all good. It should be more because there was more people in earlier, but y'all still good. All right. Appreciate it. Subscribe if this is your first time.
Work.
All right. Cow Fresh food commercial. All right. Anyway, or maybe I don't know, for a job at Cow Fresh Foods. All right. Anyway, what was I forget. Let me play it.
To say that a lot of men that trust their women and make...
Oh, that's what I was saying. Ran over. So here's the thing. In order to avoid getting ran over, they essentially are running themselves over. It's kind of like slapping yourself so, you know, so you don't get your ass whooped. It's kind of like that. Because what they're doing is when a man uses a woman, what he does is he uses her for sex and discards her. That is really what we want primarily from women, sex and money. What these strong, quote unquote, alpha women are doing is they're on the carousel anyway. They're like, listen, I know men are going to use me for sex, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pump and dump them. Like, okay. How is that better than getting ran over? You essentially are just laying on the street at this point. When you say you're for the streets, that's what that means. You are laying on the streets, allowing the cars to run over you over and over and over again. All the stuff that y'all complain about that men do, and men do these things, you know, pump and dump, you know, fucking go, use you for your money, use you for your time, leave you with kids. You do that to yourself deliberately. This alpha female has not saved you from that. If anything, it puts you in the path of it.
Himself vulnerable will get run over as well?
Yep, because we got a friend who do it to her man all the time. Drag him mud.
And is it possible to be in love without making yourself vulnerable?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's okay to be vulnerable. It's a good man.
That was just weird.
A good man. A worthy man. A strong woman.
Be vulnerable to a worthy man.
A strong man.
Does a man have to define what a woman is?
Not at all. Not at all. I disagree with that.
I disagree with that one too.
Okay, so then what gives women the right to define what a man is?
Just like they have the right to define what a real woman is.
Well, right, but aren't women always...
She just said that they don't have the right to do that. A man don't have the right to define what a woman is. And then he said, what gives women the right to define what a man is? Well, they have the right to define what a woman is. You just said that they didn't. I tell you. Now, I think I already covered this, so I'm gonna go to the one. I think I clicked the wrong episode.
Be this and a real man should be that.
Just like men say that. Just like men say that we should be this and we should be that.
We should be able to cook. We should be able to
cook, clean.
Which we should.
All that.
Definitely.
Yes, and I do all that shit.
But at the day.
Okay, now she's looking to the lighter skinned person for cues. But her skin is shit. And what I mean by her skin is shit, I actually think that she used shit to wash her face. I mean, it is horrible. Her eyes are pretty, but her skin is shit. Just saying. All right. Let me, I don't want to watch this anymore because her skin looks like shit. So it's a waste of pretty eyes is what it is. So let me find the actual one that I meant to click on. Oh, those are contacts? Oh, damn. So her genetics is all fucked then. All right, so let me see. But at least she's not fat. So she's doing her best. Well, she's not doing her best, or else I don't know. Fortunately, I got that good shit. Those of you who met me know what I'm talking about. Fortunately, I got that good shit. Like through puberty, I had a pimple here and there, but you know, I never had like a major concern with that. So I do know that some people just have like everything go wrong when it comes to their skincare routine. Like they try like all the chemicals and the shit just fails. So I'm not even gonna knock that. But and by the way, like filters, it hides all of that. So if you see that chick with a filter, with a, you know, Facebook or Instagram filter or whatever these chicks go, like for dating sites and shit like that, you won't see none of that. You won't see none of that. And then what winds up happening is here it is. So what winds up happening is you like, oh, okay, I see this picture. I see this picture. I see this avatar. I want me some of that. So you go out to get it. And then you see all that shit that they got on their face. All of it. And worse even, some chicks like that, they be having hella makeup on. You know, I'm not saying she's an ugly chick, but I'm saying that if you've seen her picture with all that stuff filtered out, and then you see it with the stuff there is like an excitement drop. There's an extraordinary excitement drop. Like you look like, oh, she got smooth skin and pretty eyes. And then you get that excitement drop when you meet her. I mean, it's still like, okay, I will still hit it, but I'm 10% less enthused about it. First date pool party. Ah, fellas, y'all ever have like a white pillow and you get a chick like that? And I have women tell me now that it's not supposed to come off. Apparently, it's cheap makeup. It hasn't happened to me many times, but you wake up and your pillow is full of makeup. I mean, the shit is full of makeup. Yeah, that happened to me more than once. All right. Anyway, it says, how can your hair parted down the center of your scalp be raised half an inch above your scalp? I do not know the science of hair, especially black women hair. That's a mystery to me. You know, they be on some Peggy Bundy moose shit. Who knows? All right. So, yeah, my bad. I covered that one before. So I'll give this. Actually, I'll put the link out there. Do a special treat since I thought he was going to be here for a while, but since the pilot light guy is gone, I could stay for a bit. I'll put the link out there, and I'll play the actual one while I do that. Hit the like button.
Why are there so many women today who they don't need a man?
I mean, because if they want to go 50-50 on things, I just don't need them.
Because there's a lot of bum-ass men out in the world who don't do enough, so us women can supply for ourselves now.
Because they're feminists and they like to be feminists.
If a man has friends, doesn't want kids, hires a maid and hires a prostitute, why would a man need a woman?
I don't know how to answer this question.
Because of human connection, of meaningful connection to yourself. Just there's no places the authentic.
Holy crap. What in the hell do they got? These are some awful looking bitches. So remember when I said those black chicks look like they smoke too much weed? These chicks look like they do too much meth. They do too much fucking meth. And why do they have a police hat and a SWAT hat on? Holy crap. Look at her face. Okay. Exactly. Y'all know Felicia is mixed. These chicks look like the white side of Felicia family. Bye, Felicia. These chicks look like the white side of Felicia family.
Authenticity of a partnership. Right, there you go.
Men need women in a sense because, you know, I don't know, like they need our love. You know what I mean?
True. You can't really get true intimacy with a prostitute. You can bust a nut, but that's about it.
Why do women proudly chant, "Pussy runs the world," but then also complain guys only want sex?
I don't know why they complain about that, but pussy definitely runs the world. You can make a man do a lot of things.
Does pussy actually run the world, or does it just control the men who built and maintain the world?
You know what? I feel attacked by that.
Okay. it does make a lot of guys do a lot of things. I can't deny that, especially game dudes. I can't really deny that it does that, especially if you're a dude. Shouldn't really say game dudes, but game dudes fall into this category who define their entire masculine worth through a woman's legs. You do leave yourself vulnerable to be manipulated by a woman in a lot of ways. So pussy does run you in that particular instance. However, run the world. Okay, so there's a country at war right now. Shout out to the blue and yellow, right? They're at war right now. Can the millions of pussies they have there stop that war? So I don't think that there's a perceived power, and then there's the actual limits of that power. So here's the thing. Pussy merely has the power to manipulate men who are manipulated by pussy. So the extent of the power that pussy has is the ability to manipulate the least powerful men that exists, which is not very much in the large scheme of things. Now, as far as interpersonal relationship goes, it definitely holds a tremendous amount of power, but not on a global scale whatsoever.
That statement.
Because men cannot live without sex.
And it really does run the world.
I think it only controls weak men. I don't think he runs any strong men.
Yeah, that's a good point.
In fact, the men that rule the world, pussy bends for them. You know what I mean? They, don't control a strong man. A strong man can replace the woman.
Women rule the world, but pussy just manages it.
Do you think there was
That didn't make sense.
ever a time when pussy didn't run the world?
No. Women's always been the neck of the foundation. The men is just the head. We draw shit.
Wouldn't that mean women always had power?
What the fuck is the neck of a foundation? Somebody's got to break that one down to me. What in the entire fuck is the neck of a foundation? Like I'm thinking of like structures, like pyramids, Amazon pyramids, Egyptian pyramids. You look at the foundation and then you're like, okay, that's the neck of that foundation. There's the neck. Or you look at like the Roman Colosseum and it's like, oh, yep, there's the neck of the Roman Colosseum. That's the neck of it. That's the neck of that foundation. Or the Great Wall of China, like, oh, yeah, there's the neck right there. There's the neck of the Great Wall of China. We are the neck of the foundation. I swear these chicks be saying shit. Somebody said, "Would I smash?" Now, listen to me good. Those are obvious contacts, unlike the last chick. And the hair is fake, and the makeup is thicker. The answer to that question is yes, I would. I would smash. I like her lips. I like the shape of her eyes, and she seems like she has a decent body. So yes, I would smash. The bar for smashing is far lower than the bar for relationship with me.
Power?
Yes. But men cannot accept women having power, so we just have to stand in the back and pretend that we don't have power and use a reverse psychology and just like pretend that we don't, because they like to say they right, so we just like, all right, and give you the idea, and then you just say, yeah, it's your idea. Okay.
So why are women complaining about past oppression if they always had pussy power?
They want equal rights, and that's bullshit.
She is drunk as hell.
Personally, I just think they kind of like are backwards in their reasoning on most things. You know what I mean? It's that they want to feel a certain amount of power, and that's the only thing that they can kind of reach to say that they have this power over males. So,
do you think there was ever a time when pussy didn't run the world?
Probably not, no.
Wouldn't that mean that women always had power?
Yeah, they totally did, but we make men do all the, hard labor work.
Women say they want equal rights, but then when a man talks to them the way they talk to another man, then they say, "Oh, you're offending me," or "Oh, you're doing this." But if you want equal rights and you want to be treated equally, then it has to be like always. Like it can't just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna put my hand on a man," and then like when he does it back, like, "Oh, I'm a woman." But you want equal rights, or you want to like put yourself in a man position, but then you don't want like the actions to.
I wonder if her titties are fake. I can't say that real or fake. The curvature of her inner titties are very nice, very nice.
But only actions you want is beneficial actions.
How many female-dominated industries can you think of that aren't related to sex or beauty?
Not a lot, and that should change. Society it's set up for that.
How do we change that?
Great question. Let women take over. Change the mindsets.
How many female-dominated industries can you think of that aren't related to sex or beauty?
Christina Aguilera. She is my idol. Janet Joplin.
So he asked about how many female-run industries are not related to sex and beauty. And her answer was Christina Aguilera, who has nothing to do with industry. Like she's a brand. Okay. Very strange. Very, very strange.
She's my idol. I am a singer-songwriter, and they have never based sex off of their career because they're so talented to do that.
How many female-dominated industries can you think of that aren't related to sex or beauty?
Not one. Not one.
Are men more likely to use power to get sex, or are women more likely to use sex to get power?
Ooh. I think women are more likely to use sex to get power.
What is the difference between sexually empowering women versus sexually objectifying women?
I personally don't think there is a difference. I think those are the same thing, one and the same. I think they basically.
All right, so he's obviously the smartest person being interviewed thus far. Now, he looks like the male version of the Dahomies, but nevertheless, he is by far the smartest person being interviewed.
It's almost like if someone's using reverse psychology on you, like they want to be able to use your sexuality to advertise things. They want to be able to use your sexuality for whatever purpose that they twist the woman into. All they have to.
Now, it's funny that you say reverse psychology. I call it topping from the bottom. Nevertheless, it is a thing. And it's funny because the chick here said something about reverse psychology too.
Then it has to be like always. Like it can't just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna put my hand on a man," and then like when he does it back, like, "Oh, I'm a woman." But you want equal rights, or you want to like put yourself in a man position, but then you don't want like the actions to come. But only actions you want is beneficial actions.
How many
work? Women say they want equal rights, but then when a man talks to them the way they talk to another man, then they say, "Oh, you're offending me," or "Oh, you're doing this." But if you want equal rights and you want to be treated equally, then it has to be like always. Like it can't just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna put my hand on a man," and then like when he does it back, like, "Oh, I'm a."
Okay. I think those are the same thing, one and the same. I think they basically are. It's almost like if someone's using reverse psychology on you, like they want to be able to use your sexuality to advertise things. They want to be able to use your sexuality for whatever purpose that they twist the woman into. All they have to do is, it's kind of like in the Bible, they said, no, you should want to be like God, or the serpent said you could be like God. The woman falls into that very easily. So her head gets blown up, call it empowerment, and she'll do whatever she thinks is empowering.
So isn't it entirely subjective?
Yes, all of it.
Do you think the sexual empowerment of women in any way contributes to their own objectification?
Yes. I think it's all a trick to take advantage of them.
Most female-dominated industries are sex or beauty related, correct?
Yes. That's the way things are right now. That should change.
Well, right, but why would women want to give up their power if they can use it to,
Because it shouldn't be the only power that we're able to hold in society.
Well, whether it should
When you don't give women a fair chance to gain power, they're going to do whatever it takes.
Well, is there anything stopping women from getting power any other way?
I hate nose rings. And not because I find them particularly unattractive, though I do, because a cow wears them. But furthermore, it's always worn by these millennial dumbass semi-feminist hipster type bitches who I can't stand.
Yes, men.
Well, I mean, but men also give women their power, correct?
Not enough of it.
Well, obviously, if all
Not
the men,
in the ways it matters.
if all the men in the world were gay, how would women get power?
Because they're fucking women.
What does that mean?
They should just have it because they're fucking women. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And they wonder why passport bros leave.
They're strong and better than men.
Well, right, but I'm saying if women couldn't use sex to control men, then how would they get power?
Skip.
Women are more likely to
What just happened? She just said skip.
use sex to get power.
What is the difference between sexually empowering women versus sexually objectifying women?
Okay, sexually empowering women would definitely mean like uplifting and like complimenting, like, "Ooh, girl, you look good," but not too close, you know, because it could easily be turned into, "Ooh, girl, you look too good." That's a whole ass snack, and then now that's harassment. So there's a fine line in between the two.
There's really not. She just added the word "to" and "snack" to it. I think that it's really a matter of how she feels about the guy and how she feels at that time. Like if she's in a state where she wants company, or if she's in a state to where she would rather not be bothered. That's a large part of it.
Isn't it entirely subjective?
Subjective to your own intentions, yes. Like, so maybe your tone of voice or your implication in the fact, or however you were trying to come off at the matter, you know? So I think it all has to do with the subject to intention, right?
Men don't have a say in women's sex life.
Do you think the sexual empowerment of women in any way contributes to their own objectification?
No.
Does the fact that porn and OnlyFans exist prove that women are okay being objectified as long as they're getting paid?
No. It means that we can use our body the way that we want to without men's control.
Do you consider sex work to be real work?
Yes.
All right. Let me see if I understand this properly. Call me old, but I watch regular porn. I watch a regular pornographic movie from time to time. Not even a movie, like skits, like whatever you want to call it, flick or whatever, right? I watch regular porn. Never did the OnlyFans thing. As I understand it, and this is because what people do is they take their OnlyFans, they edit it, and then they put it in porn. So I have seen that. And they shove like a pink thing up their pussy, and they read the screen, and somebody on the screen tells them or pays them to suck a dick, and then they suck their boyfriend's dick. And then they copy it, edit it, and then put it on regular porn. So that being how OnlyFans go, how is that having a woman take control of her own body. So the brother with the dreads was right. I mean, like they are confused on what empowerment is, and they are willing to do anything as long as you label it as empowering. You are labeling having an electronic, device that apparently destroys eggs. It kills the eggs in your ovary. Having that device that somebody else has the remote control to, that they can vibrate just by paying, and then having them, a group of strangers, command your sexual positions and actions for money. As a woman taking control of her own body, it seems like you're giving control to the lowest bidder. Just saying. But, stupid. Hit the like button.
Yes. And if you don't, you suck.
Why are women more accepting of women who can sell sex, but are less likely to accept a man who can buy it?
Because it's empowering to be able to do what you want with your body when you want to be able to do it.
But isn't that like shaming your own customers?
No.
Well, how can you be a victim of your own product?
Because it's my fucking body.
That didn't make any damn sense.
My body, my choice. My body, my choice.
Why do women often claim victimhood by the very thing they use to empower themselves?
I believe in that question. I do believe that women do that Me Too shit, and I don't believe in that. Like you say you want to like empower yourself and then use this as like like a beneficial factor, but then you claim victim, and I think it's just a money aspect.
Does the fact that porn and OnlyFans exist prove that women are okay being objectified as long as they're getting paid?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you consider sex work to be real work?
No. Well, yeah, for porn stars and OnlyFans, because they get that dough. They're millionaires off OnlyFans.
Why is porn legal but prostitution?
So it started off, I thought that she had some sense, but then it turns out that she don't. So that was disappointing. Yeah, it's disappointing. Like, I don't know if I agree on her original stance on if sex work is work. It's work. I mean, it's work. It's Western work. It's American work. I mean, like when people think of work, they think of something that's labor intensive or intellectually challenging or something like that, or intellectually challenging. That's not always true in America. You can become very successful without doing either of those things. So yeah, there's a lot of things that we consider work that most countries where everybody actually works. Like if you live in one of those countries where it says made in, that's because the people who made it were working. It's work. But then when she was like, they getting that money, like, okay.
Isn't.
Tell me that. Why? And tell me this. Why can you go out and have sex with 20 million men for free and then nothing happens? But as soon as you want to put a price on your worth, it's illegal. Hello. That's the question.
Do you believe?
I can't argue with that logic. By the way, if you have sex with 20 million men, somebody would say something, I'm sure. In fact, 20 million somebody would say something, just saying.
All adults have sexual needs.
Of course. You couldn't
Buy
live
a
life.
vibrator.
You could not live life without sex. It's impossible.
Should lonely men be expected to satisfy their sexual needs by watching porn?
Yes and no. If they're really desperate, then yes. But if they can wait for a woman, then they should not watch porn.
They if that's
What the hell? I've watched porn during sex. Both before, after, and during it. It's not a matter of desperation. But I will say this: if you are going through a sexless bout, a drought, I should say, if you're going through a sexual drought, not watching porn is not going to help with that situation at all. It doesn't. Like, pussy doesn't just come. Like she said, you could just wait. You could still wait. Just while you're waiting, you watch porn. Kind of like while you're in the waiting room for a medical appointment or a dental appointment or something like that, you can play a game on your phone or read or something. Like it's something that you pass the time between actual pussy. Nothing wrong with that at all. This is that shaming language.
That's what they want, then I think that it should go that way. Or by prostitutes.
If so, why would men still crave sex when porn is free and available all over the internet?
Because you don't get you know how long it takes for you to find the right porn?
Because women don't understand that men actually are more horny than women themselves. And they act.
Okay. It doesn't take that long. Am I tripping? It don't take me that long. I tend to know exactly. I go through bouts of where I have like, like 1 week I just get into like 1 week or a month or so, I get into like a stretch of I want to see Indian bitches in India type shit. And then next thing you know, I'm into some whole different, college girls going wild shit. But when I'm in a certain niche porn desire, it doesn't take me long at that point. Yeah, and the algorithm helps. The algorithm suggests because they seen that you just watched like 5 Indian bitches. So they like, listen, you're in a mood for some Indian, and I ain't talking about food. Like, so yeah. And next month is Mexican. Like, it's not hard.
Actually need a sex life, otherwise they cannot function at all. And I know that because I've had like ex-boyfriends that cannot live without sex.
Do you consider sex work to be real work?
Not really, no.
But do you think most women consider sex work to be real work?
Yeah, the empowerment thing, trying to, make it sound like it's more than it is so that they can feel good about it kind of thing. But I don't believe it is real work at all.
Why are women more accepting of women who can sell sex, but are less likely to accept a man who can buy it?
Ooh, that's a good question. More double standards. Just they don't like reality very much.
Isn't that shaming your own customers?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Isn't that like complaining about crackheads while you're selling crack?
Exactly the same, yeah.
If prostitution was legal, do you think we'd have a better society?
Ooh. Not really, to be honest with you. I can't say I think we'd be better as a society at all. Not really.
Yes, I do consider sex work is real work. We're the work of all time. We're going to last longer than any other industry.
So she's a hoe. She's a hoe and those titties are fake. I could tell because I was looking closer at the inside of the titties and there's no natural drop. They just kind of like round off perfectly inside the inner titty. So those are fake titties and she's a prostitute. Now, fortunately, she's not one that shames Tricks or Johns or whatever you want to call them. She's not one that shames customers. So kudos to her. She has respect for her clients and she has a job. So she just said we.
We've been here all before, okay, and we're still going to be here. When computers and everything take over, they're still going to want a physical woman to get it done, okay? We're going to be here.
If prostitution was legal, do you think we'd have a better society?
Look at her. Look at the expression on her face.
Yes.
Why?
Everybody would be happy.
Honestly, no, because I think we need to go back to old school values more so than this like you-boo type of thing that's going on. I think it's more important to re-register ourselves with old school values, being committed, and making that investment into each other and making that commitment, because it's scary, yeah, but it means something. It means a lot more.
Do you think the solution could be prostitution, the world's oldest institution?
Yes. I don't see anything wrong with prostitution as long as it's consensual, legal, and safe.
I think the solution is always
I agree. I see nothing wrong with prostitution as long as it's those things. Now, it's implicitly consensual and I guess safe as any sexual encounter would be. So yeah, I agree with the brother. I don't see anything wrong with it. Especially chicks like her, who is obviously a prostitute because of the way she was answering the last question. But furthermore, she's in a place. I don't think that it's legal in Vegas proper, but I'm pretty sure like the next county over, it's legal. And that's where she sells her wares, her pussy. So yeah, she's doing a legal thing. And if her clients is happy and she's happy with the money, I see nothing wrong with it.
prostitution, but it's a way of saying like that because not prostitution is sex work. Because prostitution is like it's like a derogatory term, and it's meant to like say like people on the corner or like a less than person. Sex work is more like therapy, spending time, not just like that. Because it's not always that. It's more to we're more than just that.
Well, what about when it's like done, in brothels as opposed to streetwalkers?
No, okay, so that's when they can put a price on it, then that's when it's okay. But it's like you're not gonna tax me for my body. Like, how dare you try to tax me, or like I have to pay for your service, like, and I'm the one doing the service. Like, no, I do not believe in that. Like, no, how can you tax us for something that's done for free every fucking day? No.
Wouldn't relationships?
Okay. I'm disagreeing with her at this point because we all get taxed for our labors. Well, there's certain jobs that you don't. If it's a direct labor to a customer, like a barber or something like that, that's a different story. However, generally speaking, most people with jobs, they pay income tax. She feels that she's above that. So now I'm starting to look at her. I didn't watch the whole thing before. Now I'm starting to look at her in a different way. Before I looked at her as just a person who has a job and her job is sucking dick. Now I look at it as somebody who's trying to buck you and buck the system while they do it. She's a person who's like, okay, here's a brothel that you go to and you have a regular job, but she still walks the streets. Like, I don't know. Never been a prostitute. So I don't know how it works. I don't know how much they get taxed and all that stuff. But, well, let me not go down that rabbit hole.
To be built on love rather than sex and manipulation?
I think that the opposite would happen if prostitution was legalized.
Well, if a guy could get sex anytime he wanted, really easily, why would he need to be in a relationship for any reason other than love?
Because if you're in a relationship for love, you should be able to get sex anytime you want to and not find it elsewhere.
I don't think any of the relationships are built on love anyway. Like, I think all of this is a big excuse. Like, we're making excuses just to go about this daily dance.
Wouldn't women be more accountable and make more effort to create loving relationships?
Yes, I believe so.
Wouldn't it remove any legal liabilities for men trying to get sex?
Yes.
Wouldn't it remove the possibility of rejection?
Yeah.
Wouldn't men be more fulfilled and less angry and violent?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be government regulated and generate tax revenue?
Yeah, like I heard it's certain places near Nevada and near in Las Vegas where they actually making tax money off of it. Hey, people gonna do it regardless. It's just gonna happen.
So can you think of any reasons not to legalize it?
No.
Do you think if prostitution was cheap and accessible, we'd have a better society?
Yes. And safer society, because it would be included in law and protected by law.
So don't women often look for sugar daddies and men often look for trophy wives?
Yes.
Don't women often look for sugar daddies and men look for trophy wives?
Yes.
Do you believe it's generally true men objectify women sexually while women objectify men financially?
Absolutely.
Isn't it generally true that men seek the hottest woman they can afford while women seek the richest man they can attract?
Definitely.
don't men want trophy wives and women want sugar daddies?
That's the game.
So how is dating not just a loose form of prostitution?
That's all it is. It's prostitution in slow motion, low key.
So then why would it be bad to legalize it if it's already happening?
So that's what Marco was saying in the chat room, that they're all hookers and in some way, shape, or form is prostitution.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you got me on that one, I guess. Yeah.
Why should men pay for the opportunity to maybe get sex instead of just paying for sex?
I know. Go with the sure thing. I would go with the sure thing instead of taking a woman out and spending $200 on dinner. You know, might as well just give her that $200 and get to it.
You're paying for the time and the woman's worth. You're not paying for an action or a transaction.
But wouldn't the marketplace determine what the woman's worth is?
No, the woman determines her worth.
Well, she can ask a certain price.
Okay, so women determine their cost, but men determine if she's worth paying that cost.
But yeah, she can ask, and if he feels that she's valuable enough, then he will supply that demand.
Wouldn't it end simping and shift the sexual marketplace to where women have to compete for the men?
I guess I don't really see how it does that.
Well, why should men pay for the opportunity to get sex instead of just paying for sex?
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Yeah, it kind of swaps some power around a bit. I can see that.
Wouldn't it also flood the market and drive the prices down?
No.
Well, obviously, you know, if you had just like an influx of women selling sex, there'd be a greater supply, right?
But who's to say there would be an influx?
Well, obviously, you know, look how many women are doing OnlyFans right now.
Right.
So I'm just saying, like, obviously, if
OnlyFans and prostitution is not the same thing. Selling your body for sex and selling your body not for sex are two totally different things. However, a woman should be able to do whatever she wants with her body, just like
But if she's having sex, I see where she's going with that. However, she's having sex on OnlyFans. So it's very similar.
a man can.
So lastly, do you think if prostitution was cheap and accessible, there'd be less rape and sexual violence?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but I think if men could be able to get it up a little bit more for women that are willing, there would be a lot less crime.
Do you think that grape is about sex or about power?
Power.
What does she mean, get it up a little bit more? So you're saying that crime is done by impotent men? I don't get that one. That was weird.
Power and control.
So if grape isn't about sex, if it's all about power, why wouldn't evil men just assault women and not bother having sex with them?
But some do.
Right, but isn't it really all about power and also sex?
No, I feel like it's more about power and control, and feeling like that you took something like that is just priceless, but you have that, like, that you did that and that you violate that person in that way, that you have some type of like that you have that over that person, like.
Right, but I mean, like, you know, whenever a guy would get robbed or mugged or beat up and stuff, why don't they have sex with them?
That's a valuable. That's like materialistic stuff. But when you like put a price on that, and then it still get taken as like you're not only robbing me, but you're violating and doing that also. So it's like a.
Okay, so that was a very weird answer. But it was a question that I would avoid. But since it's out there, yeah, actually, I'm just going to avoid it.
Combine of like violations.
Wouldn't men be more?
Well, but one thing I won't avoid is when she said, "When you do it to me, it's robbery." And that is a very hoe thing to say. That is a very prostitute way to look at grape. because you look at sex as a financial transaction, and I guess from her perspective, if you are great, then essentially somebody stole from you. It's kind of like if somebody fixes your car and then drives off. It's not as intimate or personal of a crime were you not a prostitute. So it's an interesting perspective that she has, which really shows how dedicated to her career she is. I guess is the best way to describe it.
Fulfilled and less angry and violent.
Yes.
Do you think there would be less rape and sexual assault?
Yes.
In some cases, men see someone who is a prostitute as a way to take out their frustrations because they're paying her.
Sure, but I mean, if it was done safely with brothels and regulated, then wouldn't that be less likely to happen?
Now, about the prostitution thing, I wouldn't say I would use it to take out my frustrations more than I would use regular non-prostitute sex. I mean, you're supposed to be less stressed afterwards. So, yeah, I wouldn't say I use it to take out my frustrations. What I would say, not having prostitute sex, but what I would say, if I were to partake in prostitute sex, it would not be like regular sex. And that is because of the way my mind works as it involves money. I always try to get the greatest value of stuff. So I'm not going to lie. I would try to bust in 59 minutes and 59 seconds in. Now, I don't do shit like that during regular sex. But if they say it costs, I don't know, $40 for an hour, then I would want that entire hour. So I would do shit like that. I wouldn't call that taking out my frustrations, but I would call it trying to get as much of my money's worth out of it as possible. So judge me if you like.
Possibly not. It depends on how well the brothel is run as a
Right, but I'm
business.
saying, I mean, why would that be any more likely to happen than, in just any normal monogamous relationship?
Very good point.
If you are putting a profit on it or you're not, there's always that sick individual that's still going to want to just take what's not theirs, even if it has a price on it.
I don't think it would eliminate it entirely, but you don't even think that it might even reduce the numbers? No. Wouldn't men be more fulfilled and less angry and violent?
Probably, that's possible, yeah.
Do you think there would be less rape and sexual assault?
I think people are always going to do that off of some seeking power over someone else sort of thing. But yeah, if anyone who's graping out of desperation, I think absolutely you have a solution there. But
don't you think it would reduce it at least?
Yeah, I mean, you would have an impact on some numbers, but yeah, you're always going to have somebody, like I said, trying to exercise power.
All right, so that's that. Let me get out of here. Okay, so let me get the movie link, the movie night link going. Tonight's movie is Why Did I Get Married 2? The Dahomey movie. Got a BL copy of that. And Cruel Intentions. So come through if you're interested. Let me find that link here. And today has been a real busy day for me. I just don't know. All right, so that's the movie night link. I am headed over there right now. Just give me a few minutes. And if you are having trouble with the link, then email me and I'll see if I can get you in. Outside of that, I'd like to thank the Cash App Super Chats, managers, moderators, those who are listening silently, those who participate in the chat. Movie night starts right now. Those who participate in the chat, make sure you hit that like button on your way out. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.